YOSE is the Youth Organizing Council here with Alianza. The Youth Organizing Council really began when the leaders of that time who began the YOSE really identified the need to have a program that can really uplift the voices of the students and build their capacity and leadership.
It's a youth-led organization that really focuses on what the youth wants for the Coachella Valley.
It was a program that was set to help kids, like youth, have more of an active voice within their community.
We definitely focus on, issues that lay before us that we as a youth agree on, that we want to change, and we want to, educate, other people as well.
Alianza really came up with a holistic approach of not only building their skills and building community, but also being change makers. And so the great thing about Alianza is that we really focus on policy and system change. And so really, how can youth come in and be part of that long, sustainable change that they want to see within their community?
If we saw that people needed help with something, we would try to help with that. So help people to get registered to vote or to get out and vote. I remember when I was in YOSE, we advocated for the restorative justice program.
We were able to get mental health facilities for not only middle schools, but also high schools.
We wrote a letter to the district advocating for these wellness centers, and it actually got passed. As a YOSE collaborative group, we definitely made an impact and our voices were heard as youth.
So I feel like that's a great accomplishment we made.
The youth are amazing, and they have such a voice, and they're very crucial within the community. Many folks think, oh, they're just students, they're just in high school.
I think young people in general are just marginalized and kind of assumed to not know anything. But then I think when you also are a young person of color, it's even more.
As youth, while a lot of times you might not talk about it, we do see when things are off. We do notice when things aren't right. We're gonna be the future, so if we're gonna want to impact it, it's better if we impact it now.
Students receive trainings from public speaking to advocacy within the county, within the district, within the city, and they also receive trainings on, say for example, being able to complete a resume or being able to interview. So there's all these different skills that the students receive during their time with YOSE.
I would say that it definitely taught me a lot of skills of managing my time more effectively, skills of being resilient, skills of communication, public speaking.
For me, it was public speaking. Even in class, I remember whenever we had to do presentations, I was the first one to go because it was oh, this is nothing compared to what I already did in other places. Because I learned a lot about the organizing process, who to speak to, how to speak to people. And I think through YOSE, I was able to kind of learn to communicate with people who were older.
Many of the things that take part in YOSE are different events and different gatherings that the youth have hosted. So for example, you have the Hue, which is a big concert that the students put together, where they completely led and ran.
The Hue is a music and arts festival that YOSE was in charge of putting together. We were the ones that organized everything, and the Hue was meant for the community because a lot of people only think of Coachella for the Coachella Fest, and so this was a free event for the community with themes for the community.
Students not only have fun, there's a lot of different fun components for YOSE, right? That they're able to build those relationships with other students.
I figured that for me, it did help with my mental health, and you got your mind taken off school, taken off home or whatever other issues students might have, and it was just a space to relax and have fun.
A safe space for me is just somewhere where I can be, myself, show my full potential without having the fear of judgment.
And you get to really see how people are unique in their own ways, which you might have not even thought of.
And so you learn in general how not to judge people and just meet them and be friends with them.
And so you're looking at high school students who not only are they worried about the challenges that they're facing at school and their education and getting prepared for college and for their career, but they're being hands-on and helping the community.
I was taught by YOSE that you could do anything, just making connections, meeting people, and now that I make a lot of connections, it's the possibilities are endless for me kind of thing.
Without YOSE, I don't think I would be able to see the Coachella Valley the same.
I think the great thing about YOSE is that we were always active, regardless if it wasn't the Hue or De Los Muertos or advocacy, we were always doing something.
And I feel it's definitely really, really important, especially going into college. You definitely learn from this experience from Yose, and it definitely prepares you just in a lot of different things in life.
They can have a seat at the table too when it comes to challenges that the communities are facing, that students can really come in and step in and make a difference within their community without being adults.